All right, in this video, I want to compare the Douay-Rheims Haydock Bible that I did a whole review for. You guys can check that out. I'll link it down below if you guys are curious. And this relatively new at this point, Ignatius Catholic Study Bible with the Old and New Testament. Odds are if you click this video, you're already familiar with this. This is very well anticipated. I had this on pre-order. I was excited for it. It is nice. I haven't dipped in it a whole lot. I'm actually reading another Bible right now I want to get through, and then my plan is to go through this in more detail and actually read it start to finish. Probably not with all the commentary, but the commentary I think is useful. I'll get into this a little bit, but I really want to stay on par with the subject of this video. If you're clicking on it, you really want to see the comparison between these two. Probably because you might be considering, well, I'm assuming you're considering this one, or maybe you're just kind of curious. Maybe just someone's thoughts about it and which one I think is better. This Haydock Bible is not a study Bible per se. It has tons of notes, and I'll just say for me personally, for whatever it's worth, I'm not a big person on study Bibles, only because that I feel like if I want to look up something like a verse or go through some sort of a book analysis, chapter analysis, the internet is, wide and vast, and you can get all sorts of up-to-date commentary and theologians of your choice. This one I love, and I think what I love about this so much, I'll just tell you right now, if I had to pick between one or two of these, between any of these right now, it would still be the Haydock Bible, because it is just, you're just not going to find this kind of commentary online. You will if you want to go back, but what's nice is it's at your fingertips. One, I like the Douay-Rheims version. I just love the way, I like the way it reads. I love this is definitely an acquired taste, but I like the way it just the richness of the verses, how it sounds. I find it's not hard or difficult, especially as you go through a little bit more. But just these notes and commentary they are pretty vast as far as church fathers, various theologians of the time. It is for sure dated in some parts. Some parts you could say are a little humorous almost, because you're not going to hear this kind of commentary in some of these words in here. And in some ways that's a good thing. That's what I love about this. Charm's not the right word. I would say it is very Catholic. I'll just leave it at that. It's old school Catholic. I love it. It's just fun to read. It's something different. Now, you have to take a lot of these things with a grain of salt as far as the level of theology and what we kind of know, as far as you're looking into studying a book and going through a deep study and wondering what the authors initially intended, what current findings we know of a particular source of that nature. So there's definitely some differences. So I would say if anyone's going to pick up this Bible and drop the $140, which this thing is very expensive, I think it's worth it, because again, you're just not going to find it in many other places. But if you start comparing it to the Ignatius Study Bible, you have a much more coherent, very well organized, very readable Bible, which I'll say with this one, I wish I got the hardcover. My nephew, he might be watching this, actually told me I should have gotten that. I've always gotten leather. If there's leather hardcover, I'll get a leather. But I heard someone else say this in a review for this Bible too, that they wish the same thing. And it's just because it's so thick. And if you have this thing on a table, it'll lay flat, but there's this kind of bunching, and I just wish I got a hardcover. I'll just say that. So, and also save yourself about $10. So commentary in here is good. It's not like it's fairly deep. I think at each start of each chapter there is a overview of the chapter, and also going along with what current findings in theology has kind of found with regards to authors and historical context and all that stuff. It does have this various citations of ways of labeling, through linking things to the catechism, through history, and also just kind of spiritual analysis down here, and meanings like typography in here. But if I were to pick one of these to choose from, it would probably still be this Haydock version of this Bible. I just wonder how long this will be in print for. This I'm sure will be around forever. This is great if you want a table ready to go resource of a Bible. Now it is good, as I've done and I alluded to at the start of the video, if I'm reading, say, this other Bible I'm reading right now, I want to go and see what a particular verse is going to say, or some commentary on a verse or a book, or just talking about the authors of the book and things we know so far. I'm not going to go to the Douay-Rheims for that. I'm going to be going to this one. So as far as a resource that's more practical to use for an all-inclusive, probably the best study Bible out there right now in a Catholic lens, there's no question you can't beat this. This one just has kind of a little special place in my heart. Just reading it, I love the Douay-Rheims in general, and it's fun to just read, for lack of a better term, you could say a hardcore Catholic analysis would be. But with that being said, I'm taking things with a grain of salt. Now, some things in here are church fathers that are in here that are also cited. That's also very enlightening. And you're also comparing, again, the Douay-Rheims to the RSV second edition. So that's something else that you have to kind of consider in just your personal preference. I actually think the best answer to this question of which one is better would be both of them be the best choice. I think this is a good resource to have, and actually that's why I think if I was just going to get two Bibles, this one is just classical. It's not, it's known as a kind of a family Bible, where it has the positions where you can, log things like birthdays, baptisms, and things of that nature. I went over this in my initial review. It has a Catholic encyclopedia. I believe this one does as well behind me, or I might be getting my Bibles mixed up here, but this stuff is just so great. It's just you're not going to find this really anymore. And it's just, it is one of my prized Catholic book collections. I will say that. Of all the things I would not want to get rid of in my Catholic library, this one would be up there. So I definitely still think it is worth the $140. Could be better, don't get me wrong. It could be a little flashier as far as, and also the build could be better, but you're just not going to find that. And the history of this Bible and the way it was initially sent out is also very interesting. This one, on the other hand, is just the gold standard, I would say, as of right now. If you're looking for a study Bible, that's a printed version as far as I'm concerned. But it's also not a big challenge since there's not a whole lot of Catholic study Bibles out there, at least in my opinion. But definitely from a well-respected source, and does a great job just linking and citing with this. You can see this system right here with their different little icons. Also linking things to the catechism. You have word studies in there as well. It's cited very well, so if you're looking for something and it says refer to this section or that section, it's very good in the way it's put together. No extra ribbons, no ribbons at all actually on this one because of the size of this book. So that's it. It might help some of you guys out. I think at the very least, if you watch this video, you might just be considering, is this worth it? I would say yes. If you ask me which one to pick up tomorrow just to have, it would be this one. If I was purely looking for a study Bible and something to kind of reference and also get more current understandings of where things are kind of sitting in a number of ways, I would say this is the way to go. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys.